If Earth ever had a hidden level, this would be it. A country where evolution broke its own rules, where birds replaced mammals, snakes never arrived, and glowing creatures turn underground caves into living galaxies. A place where people build cities on volcanoes, a wild parrot can outsmart tourists, and landscapes look so unreal they became the setting for Middle-earth. This isn't another beautiful destination. It's one of the strangest countries evolution has ever created, and the deeper you go, the more impossible it becomes. The country with no snakes. Imagine hiking through dense rainforests, crossing remote mountain trails, or camping beside crystal-clear lakes without ever worrying about snakes hiding in the grass. It may sound unbelievable, but that's everyday life in New Zealand. Unlike Australia, its closest large neighbor, New Zealand, has no native land snakes at all. The country's long isolation from other continents, which began around 80 million years ago, meant snakes never naturally reached its shores. Today, only a few species of sea snakes occasionally drift into New Zealand's coastal waters on warm ocean currents, but they are extremely rare and almost never seen by the public. This snake-free environment has shaped one of the world's most unusual ecosystems. Before humans arrived about 700 years ago, there were virtually no land mammals except a few species of bats. Without snakes or mammalian predators, birds evolved in remarkable ways. Some, like the famous kiwi, completely lost the ability to fly, while others became ground-dwelling specialists found nowhere else on Earth. Even today, New Zealand remains home to thousands of endemic plants and animals that evolved in complete isolation for millions of years. The government works hard to keep it that way. New Zealand has some of the strictest biosecurity laws on the planet. Every year, millions of bags, vehicles, shipping containers, and cargo items are inspected at airports and seaports to prevent invasive species from entering the country. Bringing live reptiles or releasing foreign wildlife is treated as a serious offense, with heavy fines and possible prison sentences. These strict measures help protect New Zealand's unique biodiversity, which supports more than 80,000 native species, many of which exist nowhere else. Birds that forgot how to fly. In most countries, birds rule the sky. But in New Zealand, some of the most famous birds gave up flying completely. For millions of years, this isolated land had almost no land mammals and no native snakes, so many birds had little reason to escape into the air. Instead, they evolved on the ground, filling roles that mammals occupied elsewhere. The result is one of the strangest bird worlds on Earth. The kiwi is the best-known example. It has tiny wings hidden under its feathers, nostrils at the end of its long beak, and a powerful sense of smell that helps it hunt insects in the forest floor at night. Then there is the kakapo, a large, flightless, night-active parrot that can weigh several kilograms. It is so unusual that many scientists consider it one of the most extraordinary birds alive. The takahe, once believed extinct, was rediscovered in the 20th century and remains one of New Zealand's great conservation symbols. But this evolution also came with a tragic weakness. When humans arrived about 700 years ago, they brought rats, dogs, cats, stoats, and other predators. Birds that had evolved without these enemies were suddenly defenseless. Eggs, chicks, and adult birds were easy targets. Several species disappeared forever, including the giant moa, which could grow taller than a person. By 2026, New Zealand is still fighting to save what remains. Predator-free islands, fenced sanctuaries, breeding programs, and nationwide conservation projects are trying to protect these rare species before it is too late. The story of New Zealand's flightless birds is not just cute or strange. It is a warning from evolution itself. When paradise develops without predators, even its most magical creatures can become dangerously fragile. The parrot that attacks cars. Most parrots are known for colorful feathers and the ability to mimic human speech. But New Zealand is home to a bird that has become famous for something completely different: destroying cars. Meet the kea, the world's only alpine parrot and one of the smartest birds ever studied. Found high in the mountains of New Zealand's South Island, kea are legendary for their endless curiosity and fearless behavior. Instead of avoiding people, they often walk right up to them, looking for something new to investigate. That curiosity has earned the kea a reputation as one of nature's greatest troublemakers. Visitors regularly return from hiking trails or ski resorts to find windshield wipers torn off, rubber window seals ripped apart, backpacks unzipped, and roof racks chewed to pieces. Some kea have even learned how to open garbage bins, pull objects from parked vehicles, and steal food from unsuspecting tourists. Their powerful beaks are designed to break into tough alpine plants, making plastic, rubber, and soft metal no match for their determination. Scientists believe this unusual behavior is a sign of exceptional intelligence rather than aggression. Research has shown that kea can solve complex puzzles, cooperate with one another, use logical reasoning, and even plan ahead to receive better rewards. Their cognitive abilities are often compared with those of crows, ravens, and some primates, placing them among the most intelligent birds on Earth. Despite their playful reputation, kea face serious challenges. Fewer than 10,000 are believed to remain in the wild by 2026, and they are classified as endangered. Habitat loss, introduced predators, and past persecution have all reduced their numbers. Today, harming a kea is illegal, and conservation programs across New Zealand are working to protect this remarkable species. Few places in the world have a bird so clever that it can outsmart tourists, and sometimes even leave them with an expensive repair bill before they head home. A city built on volcanoes. Most major cities are built beside rivers, coastlines, or fertile plains. Auckland, New Zealand's largest city, was built on something far more surprising: an active volcanic field. Home to more than 1.5 million people, nearly 1/3 of the country's population, Auckland sits atop the Auckland Volcanic Field, which contains more than 50 volcanic vents scattered across the metropolitan area. Instead of one giant volcano, the city rests on dozens of separate volcanoes that erupted at different times over the past nearly 200,000 years. The most recognizable is Maungauhau, also known as Mount Eden. Rising about 196 meters above sea level, its massive crater offers one of the best panoramic views of the city. Other volcanic cones, such as One Tree Hill and Mount Victoria, have become public parks where locals jog, picnic, and watch the sunset, often without realizing they are standing on ancient volcanoes. The incredible part is that the volcanic field is considered dormant, not extinct. Geologists believe another eruption is possible someday, although no one can predict exactly when or where it might occur. Rather than erupting from an existing volcano, scientists expect any future eruption would likely create an entirely new volcanic cone somewhere within the region. Extensive monitoring systems, including seismic sensors and geological surveys, continuously watch for any unusual underground activity to provide early warnings if conditions ever begin to change. Ironically, these ancient eruptions helped create the city itself. Lava flows produced rich volcanic soils that supported early Māori settlements and later European farming communities. Today, the volcanic landscape gives Auckland its distinctive rolling hills, natural viewpoints, and unique geography that few cities can match. Boiling mud and steaming earth. Imagine walking through a city where the ground hisses, Steam rises from sidewalks, and pools of mud bubble as if the earth were alive. In New Zealand, that place is Rotorua, one of the most geologically active regions on the planet. Located in the heart of the North Island, Rotorua sits within the Taupo volcanic zone, where enormous amounts of heat from deep underground constantly escape to the surface. The result is a landscape that feels more like another planet than a peaceful travel destination. Across the region, visitors can see boiling mud pools, colorful hot springs, steaming lakes, and powerful geysers erupting naturally. At the famous Wakarewarewa geothermal valley, the Pohutu geyser can blast hot water and steam more than 100 feet into the air and often erupts around 20 times a day. Nearby, the ground constantly bubbles as gases escape through thick volcanic mud, creating a landscape that never seems to stand still. Rotorua is also known for its unmistakable smell. The strong scent of sulfur, often compared to rotten eggs, comes from natural volcanic gases released beneath the city. While first-time visitors are often shocked by the odor, locals barely notice it anymore. In fact, geothermal energy has become part of everyday life. For generations, people have used natural hot springs for bathing, cooking, and heating, and today, geothermal power supplies a significant share of New Zealand's renewable electricity. The region also holds deep cultural importance for the Māori people, who have lived alongside these geothermal wonders for centuries. Entire communities learned to use the Earth's natural heat to prepare food, warm homes, and create traditional baths long before modern technology existed. Rotorua proves that New Zealand's volcanic landscape is far from just beautiful scenery. Here, the Earth is constantly moving, breathing, and releasing its hidden energy. Few places allow you to stand only a few feet from boiling mud and towering geysers while safely experiencing the raw power that still shapes the planet beneath your feet. The Glowworm Caves from another world, deep beneath the green hills of New Zealand, lies a place that looks less like a cave and more like a galaxy hidden underground. Step into the famous Waitomo caves, and the ceiling suddenly transforms into thousands of tiny blue lights, creating the illusion of a star-filled night sky. At first glance, many visitors think they are looking at glowing minerals or reflections. In reality, every single light comes from a living creature found almost nowhere else on Earth. These glowing insects are not actually worms at all. They are the larvae of a small fungus gnat species native to New Zealand. To survive, each larva produces a soft blue-green light through a natural chemical reaction known as bioluminescence. The glow attracts insects flying through the darkness, luring them into dozens of long, sticky silk threads that hang from the cave ceiling like invisible fishing lines. Once trapped, the insects become food for the waiting larvae. Some of these limestone caves began forming more than 30 million years ago beneath an ancient seabed. Over millions of years, flowing water carved vast chambers, underground rivers, and dramatic rock formations, creating one of the country's most spectacular natural wonders. Today, visitors quietly drift through the caves by boat, with no engines and almost no sound, allowing the glowing ceiling to create an unforgettable experience that feels almost supernatural. Scientists continue studying these remarkable creatures because their light changes depending on age, hunger, and environmental conditions. The hungrier the larvae become, the brighter they glow, increasing their chances of catching prey. It is one of nature's most fascinating survival strategies. The Waitomo Glowworm Caves have become one of New Zealand's most famous attractions, welcoming hundreds of thousands of visitors each year. Yet no photograph truly captures the feeling of floating through complete darkness, while thousands of living lights shine silently overhead. It is one of the rare places on Earth where nature creates a spectacle so magical that it almost feels impossible to believe it is real. The world's adventure capital, What if there were a city where jumping off a bridge, diving out of an airplane, or racing across a lake at highway speeds was considered a normal weekend? Welcome to Queenstown, a small town on New Zealand's South Island that has earned the title of the adventure capital of the world. Surrounded by snow-capped mountains and the crystal-clear waters of Lake Wakatipu, this breathtaking destination attracts millions of thrill-seekers from around the globe every year. Queenstown is the birthplace of commercial bungee jumping. In 1988, the world's first permanent commercial bungee site opened at the historic Kawarau Bridge, where people leap more than 140 feet toward the river below while secured by an elastic cord. What was once viewed as an unbelievable stunt quickly became a global phenomenon, inspiring bungee operations on every continent. But the adrenaline doesn't stop there. Visitors can skydive from heights of up to 15,000 feet, reaching speeds of around 120 miles per hour before their parachutes open above dramatic alpine scenery. Others choose jet boating, where powerful boats race through narrow river canyons at speeds exceeding 50 miles per hour while making sharp 360-degree spins just inches from rocky cliffs. Canyon swings, mountain biking, whitewater rafting, zip lining, and heli-skiing make Queenstown one of the few places where almost every extreme sport is available in a single destination. What makes Queenstown truly unique is the contrast between peaceful beauty and heart-pounding excitement. One moment you're enjoying a quiet lakeside cafe surrounded by majestic mountains. Minutes later, you could be free-falling through the sky or launching yourself from a bridge. Few places on Earth combine spectacular landscapes with such an incredible variety of world-class adventure, making Queenstown a dream destination for anyone searching for the ultimate adrenaline rush. The Maori War, dance that shook the world. Before a rugby match even begins, tens of thousands of fans fall completely silent. Then, an entire team steps forward, stomping their feet, slapping their bodies, rolling their eyes, and shouting powerful words in perfect unison. For millions of viewers, it is one of the most unforgettable moments in sports. This is the haka, a traditional Māori ceremonial dance that has become one of New Zealand's most recognizable cultural symbols. Many people mistakenly believe the haka is simply a war dance meant to intimidate opponents. In reality, it is much more than that. For the Māori people, who first settled New Zealand around the 13th century, the haka has been performed for centuries to welcome honored guests, celebrate important occasions, mark major life events, and unite communities. Different tribes have their own versions, each carrying unique stories, meanings, and traditions passed down through generations. The haka gained worldwide fame through New Zealand's legendary national rugby team, the All Blacks. Before every international match, the team performs a powerful haka that represents unity, pride, and respect for both their heritage and their opponents. The performance has become one of the most iconic traditions in global sports, watched by hundreds of millions of people over the years and inspiring similar cultural displays around the world. Today, Maori culture remains deeply woven into everyday life across New Zealand. Te Reo Māori is one of the country's official languages. Traditional place names have been restored throughout the nation. And Maori art, carving, music, and ceremonies continue to play an important role in education, government, and national celebrations. Visitors often experience authentic welcomes at marae, the traditional Maori meeting grounds that remain the heart of many communities. The birds humans almost wiped out. New Zealand was once a paradise where birds ruled the land without fear. For millions of years, there were no native land snakes and almost no land mammals to hunt them. Many species evolved without learning how to escape predators. Some lost the ability to fly altogether, while others nested directly on the ground. It was an ecosystem unlike anywhere else on Earth. But when humans first arrived around the 13th century, that paradise changed forever. The first settlers brought the Polynesian rat and hunted large native birds for food. Later, European settlers introduced cats, dogs, stoats, ferrets, possums, and other mammals that quickly spread across the islands. These new predators found easy prey among birds that had never evolved to defend themselves. Entire populations collapsed within just a few generations. The most famous victim was the giant moa, a flightless bird that could stand more than 12 feet tall and weigh over 500 pounds. Within only a few centuries after people arrived, every species of moa had disappeared forever. Their extinction also doomed the mighty Haast's eagle, the largest eagle known to have existed, which relied heavily on moa for food. It remains one of the fastest human-driven extinctions ever recorded. Many unique species narrowly escaped the same fate. By 2026, fewer than 300 adult kakapo survive in the wild. Every single bird is identified by name, fitted with electronic transmitters, and monitored by conservation teams. The takahe, once believed extinct, has slowly recovered thanks to decades of intensive breeding and predator control. Meanwhile, kiwi populations are protected through nationwide conservation programs that remove invasive predators and restore native habitats. New Zealand's ambitious Predator Free 2050 initiative aims to eliminate key invasive predators from the country by the middle of this century. It is one of the largest wildlife restoration projects ever attempted anywhere in the world. The last paradise humans found. Imagine discovering an entire country that had remained untouched by humans for millions of years. That is exactly what happened in New Zealand. Scientists believe it was one of the last large landmasses on Earth to be permanently settled by people. While civilizations had already flourished across Asia, Europe, Africa, and the Americas, New Zealand remained an isolated world until Polynesian navigators arrived around the late 13th century. By then, its plants and animals had been evolving in near-complete isolation for roughly 80 million years. That extraordinary isolation created a landscape unlike almost anywhere else on the planet. Towering snow-covered mountains rise above ancient rainforests. Active volcanoes stand beside crystal-clear lakes, and dramatic fjords cut deep into the coastline. Within a single day, travelers can experience glaciers, golden beaches, rolling farmland, geothermal valleys, and some of the darkest night skies in the southern hemisphere. Although New Zealand covers only about 103,000 square miles, its incredible diversity of landscapes has made it one of the world's favorite filming locations for major movies and documentaries. Roughly one-third of the country is protected as national parks, marine reserves, or conservation land. Massive protected areas preserve ancient forests, alpine ecosystems, and rare wildlife found nowhere else on Earth. Places like Fiordland National Park, Aoraki/Mount Cook National Park, and Tongariro National Park showcase nature on a breathtaking scale, while millions of native trees continue to support one of the cleanest environments in the developed world. Despite welcoming millions of international visitors each year, New Zealand has worked hard to balance tourism with environmental protection. Strict biosecurity laws, sustainable tourism policies, and large-scale conservation programs help preserve the country's extraordinary natural heritage for future generations. From glowing caves beneath the earth to volcanoes, fearless parrots, and a land where snakes never existed, New Zealand proves that reality can be even more extraordinary than fiction. If this incredible journey surprised you, don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and share it with fellow travelers and nature lovers. And let us know in the comments, which of these amazing facts shocked you the most? Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next adventure.